What up YouTube, it's your boy Eddie Cazh making his first 2K video and making my first YouTube video. So if you could, please drop a like, please subscribe to the channel, and also let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Alright, I'm constantly going to be dropping videos throughout the year for 2K21, and I just want to know what you guys think of my video and how I can make them look better, sound better, whatever the case is. That being said, let's get right into it. As you guys can see, I've made a couple slashing playmaker builds, and I've also put different types of badges on them and different takeover badges on them just to see what the results were. Rebounding wings were patched this year. Also, I believe that slashing is going to be a little harder this year, so I wanted to have a build that whether I mess it up or not, I can make a layup. You know, you don't want to just miss the open layup, right?
Here's Rondo with Wade racing back. Rondo.
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro? You tripping?
So for this build, what you're gonna want to do is put it on small forward, alright? Next thing, for the right-handedness, I'll put righty because I am a righty myself, but that's all preference. That's really up to you and where you like to shoot at on the floor, alright? For the number, I always put 12 because I'm not a cop, but I do lock up. The pie chart that I chose for this build is going to be the pure playmaking. So the bad thing about this is you're really going to only have Hall of Fame playmaking badges, and scoring, everything else is going to be, and defense is just going to be gold. But that is sufficient for this build because you don't need to have Hall of Fame shooting, Hall of Fame slashing, Hall of Fame defense if you know what you're doing in that aspect of the game. Alright, that's all about IQ, really. The next thing we have to pick is a physical profile. So for physical profile, what I usually pick is speed, or I go all balanced because I do like to be fast, and I also do like to keep up with the bigs and the smalls and have good vertical for rebounding and all that good stuff. But for this specific build, since I am going to be slashing most of the time, I'm going strictly agility, okay? By choosing this one right here, you're giving your player extra speed and acceleration to get past its defender. And in last year's 2K, something that I've learned is that by having speed and acceleration, you're able to get these contact dunk animations that you are otherwise not able to get if you don't have the speed. So for slashing, speed and acceleration is very important. Very important. Now that we've gotten past that, let's get to everybody's favorite part. The part where chefing in the lab comes in handy. Setting your attributes and getting your badges. First, we're going to start with finishing, alright? I'm going to max out my close shot so that way I can make all my close shots, obviously. Driving layup, we're going to max that out because we don't want to be missing driving layups. Driving dunk, we want to catch those dunks. We are a small forward after all. We want to get those contact dunk animations. We want to get those go by dunk animations, all that good stuff. Next, standing dunk. 69 standing dunk is a little too much for me. So what I like to do is bring this all the way down. See how I went from 7 finishing badges to 6, all the way down to when I lose that badge. And that badge is gonna get lost at about 50, 52, 51 is when we lose that badge, right? So what I'm gonna do is take 4 attributes and just bring this to 56, bring it over 55 just so I can get the animation of dunking while I'm under the basket and not trying to do a soft layup so that the big in the corner can block it. I don't want that to happen. So I have 56 so that I can do a standing dunk when I am down there. Now that we've got finishing out of the way, we're going to start working on our shooting attributes, alright? This is a playmaking pie chart build, so we are only going to be able to get gold badges. Keep that in mind as you're messing around with these attributes and shooting, okay? First things first, like I said, we are playmaking build, so we're going to be able to get snatch back, blow by animations, and all type of good stuff like that. For that reason, we're going to be open at the mid-range a lot. And that's going to put pressure on the defense if we're able to hit those shots consistently. So we're going to want to max out our mid-range to 77. Next thing we're working on is the 3-point. For 3 points, you're going to want to be able to hit them in the corner. You're not going to hit them from the hash. You're not going to hit them all the way from range extended range, Steph Curry range. What you can do is hit them from the wing and hit him from the corner. And that's all you need to put pressure on the defense, but it also gives spacing to the team. Since you are a small forward, the guard is going to have the ball in his hands 80% of the time. So he needs to be able to count on you to hit that corner shot when your defender sags off of you and goes to cover him driving to the basket. So for that reason, you're going to want to raise your 3-point to 72. Next thing we're going to focus on is our free throws. It is a slashing build, so we are going to get fouled a lot at the rim. So we need to be able to hit those free throws. We're going to get 11 shooting badges. And since quick draw is out of the game this year, we have extra badges that we can put somewhere else. So we can leave it like that. If you're going to jump into Pro-Am, this is perfect. If you don't plan on playing Pro-Am with this build, you can either put it on your post fade as well. But as you can see, it takes up more attribute points and you only get 8 badges. So you only have 8 shooting badges versus max free throws with 11 badges and 4 extra attribute points that you can put somewhere else. Now we're jumping into the playmaking part of the build. And this part is the most self-explanatory part, but is important to this build because you are a small forward. We're going to max out our ball handling so we can be quick with the ball, so we can get our shots, so that we can get the blow by, so we can break out that defenders. So when they put a big on us, we can just break him down and dunk on whoever's standing under the basket. Or we can break him down, pull back, and shoot a mid-range in his face. Also, we're going to put up our passing to 76. Why 76? Because you get 22 playmaking badges. You're going to be able to make cross-court passes. You're going to be able to get the pass there. And you aren't a point guard, so you don't need to have max out passing. Now that we've gotten the scoring out the way, we're going to get to the part where I believe everybody makes the mistakes on their build, which is defense and rebounding. So for this build, since you are a small forward, you're going to want to focus on defense and being able to grab defensive boards. So for that reason, I'm maxed out interior defense, I'm maxed out perimeter defense, I'm maxed out lateral quickness, maxed out steal, maxed out block, and maxed out my defensive rebounding. I didn't touch offensive rebounding because I'm really not going to be in the paint trying to grab an offensive rebound. I'm usually going to be sitting in a corner or driving to the basket and not focusing on grabbing boards. So I left offensive rebounding alone. If we get a rebound, great. But I don't expect to be getting offensive rebounds this year over a rebounding center or a glass cleaner. Ideally, you only need 6 defensive badges, which is going to be gold clamps and gold intimidators, so that you can stay in front of the offensive player. But the more you have, the better, especially since Mike Wang is going to be dropping nerfs, he's going to be dropping buffs, so you want to be able to have that flexibility of being able to switch around your badges a little bit. Alright, now that we've got our badges and we have our attributes all done, we're going to have to pick a body shape. For body shape, I usually just go defined because defined is just one that looks more like an NBA player to me. And for height, this is where everything starts to change in the game. I think this year the smaller players are making a comeback, so I'm going to go 6'6". Why I'm going to go 6'6" is because you get better shooting, you get better ball handling, you can also get better driving layup, and your driving dunk really doesn't get touched. And if you're a 3 that can drive, that can shoot, and can handle the ball, that's going to be great for your team in the long run. There's another reason why I go 6'6", but we're going to get into that later. For weight, I'm going to keep it as is because, again, at small forward, you're going to be facing every build. So you're going to be in between. You're going to want to be able to keep up with the bigs and keep up with the smalls. So for that reason, you're going to have to just keep it even. Next thing is the wingspan. This is the reason why I went 6'6", because I can put my wingspan down 1, and I'm going to get 1 more mid-range. I'm only going to lose 1 more close shot. My defense is going to go down a little bit, but I'm going to be able to shoot more and handle the ball better. If you go back to 6'7", you'll see that the attributes are worse, because you can only bring the wingspan to 81 inches or 82 inches, which is a ½ inch smaller or a ½ inch bigger, and not really much of a difference. And you'll see that the attributes go down. Your mid-range, your 3-point shooting, your driving goes down. Your defense goes down. So there's really no benefit in making yourself 6'7". Finally, when you've got all the height and your weight and your wingspan set, you're going to see that you can get shot creator, slashing, playmaking, and lockdown. Yep, lockdown. So when you lock in this build, you're going to see that your comparisons are Jalen Rose, Gordon Hayward, and DeMar DeRozan. DeMar can still hit from outside, Gordon can hit from outside, Jalen Rose can hit from outside, but we know what we're going to be able to do with this build. It's all about your potential and how you play the game. If you made it to this part of the video, I really appreciate it. If you like my video, if you learned something today, if you have a commentary about anything, please let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, drop a like, hit the bell notification. I appreciate the love. Peace.